We are today driving through the Himalayas to Leh, and I'm still in the room of this little hut. It's really cold. It's kind of a temperature change. It went from being really hot, 40 plus degrees, to now me being kind of freezing, and I'm kind of struggling with the temperature change. And I'm a bit tired. However, it's time to get on the bike, get some breakfast, and then make the kilometers to Leh. Leh is the start point for the further exploration of the Himalayas, where everyone basically then returns to, and it's the big first checkpoint here that we have. So there will be a one-day break once I reach Leh, which is really great. So let's get some breakfast and get on the bike and make it happen.
We sadly had to skip breakfast and instantly hop on the bikes. However, I wanted to highlight for a short second this really beautiful scooter, and I would love to ride one of those in the city and potentially also make a video on it. However, the chance didn't come up yet. However, it's really something that I want to do in the future. So I've been now riding through the Himalayas for some time, yesterday and today. But today, now here in Ladakh, it feels like a proper arrival moment. Here being with the flags and seeing this gorgeous landscape. And it's pretty tough to describe because I wanted to see the Himalayas for a really long time. And it always seemed like a weird in-between point, a different world where I wouldn't really get to. And I knew about the Himalayas since I was like a teenager, 14, 15, and I learned from it through pictures of these flags behind me. And it seemed so otherworldly, and then like reading about it, that it's so high, and finding out that it's kind of a one-of-a-kind phenomenon with these really high mountains, and also Mount Everest is part of it. It seemed totally otherworldly, and now being here is a very special and wild experience. Also, I'm right now standing here in front of this prayer clock, and these things are just so nice because they're open to so many people. Because I myself am an atheist, and this is part of the Buddhism religion, but like Buddhism kind of blurs the line between religion and philosophy. And with the acceptance of like people from other faiths and all this kind of stuff, I think is really nice that someone like myself can go to this and hope for a good, safe trip through the Himalayas without there being like rules of how you have to pray or what you can pray for. I think this is also really beautiful because, like, for example, a lot of religions have rules around what you can pray for, and it feels a bit condescending, for example, telling a poor person not to pray for money if they really need it, you know? And in that way, I, as someone who's an atheist, have enormous respect for Buddhism, and it's so nice there's some kind of smoke going on there. I think it's some kind of ritual that I don't know about, but it's really, really nice, and that's so cool that it's so open to people. And also when we were in the Golden Temple, of course there are a lot of little subgroups then of Buddhism that have different interpretations and so on, and religions and philosophies that come out of that, but the core concept is so nice.
So let's get back on the road, because the majority of the Himalayas was still waiting for us. While the motorcycles of me and my friends made it along this windy road, I really appreciated the road quality here. This was just perfect motorcycle riding. Incredible curvy roads with the best asphalt you can imagine. Also at this point I was really feeling the altitude in the performance of the motorcycle, but the Himalayan 450 was doing an amazing job and really did its name all honor. And also the road performance of how it handles through the turns was really amazing, and I really enjoyed it here.
So we're now on technically the second high altitude pass, but it's the first proper one, to be honest. And just look around, it's so gorgeous here. And the road up here was so amazing. I really loved it. And I love how my friends are taking photos over there with all the people that love the bikes. It's so nice.
The pass in question was the Namika La Pass, also referred to as the Pillar of the Earth, with 3,700 meters. However, we were on our road to get even higher.
So the second high altitude pass for today, and the third in total, and we are at 13,479 feet. I need to see how much that is in meters. However, I can definitely tell you I am feeling it slowly, and we again have these really cool flags and the nice mountain range. Just beautiful.
With driving over the Fotu La Pass, we've breached the 4,000 meter mark, with being at 4,108 meters. After a skipped breakfast, we finally arrived at a really romantic little cafe for an overdue brunch. The house and the garden was just so beautiful to look at, and I had some Chinese pan rice to kind of give my stomach a bit of a break from the Indian food, and I really enjoyed it.
So Niels and Stefan, what did you think of the road we just drove over?
It was a gorgeous road today.
Same for me, it was the most incredible road I've ever been on. How was it for you, Niels?
I've been to Ladakh, Zanskar a few times, but I think this is the most epic road ever.
Especially with the really nice tarmac and how wide the road was. It was just so fun to drive over, and it was such a great on-road riding experience.
As we were continuing our way to Leh, we were driving through this incredibly almost moon landscape. It was an incredible sight and it almost felt like driving over Mars. However, there was one thing, there wasn't much daylight left.
Listen to your favorite tune in your car. Why try to change me now? Time-based, but no time for us. Low pitch, bad bars. You were scared, so you kept me down.
So we are again in the dark. We tried to avoid this, but it didn't work out. But that's not a big deal because whoever rides in the dark gets rewarded with an amazing sunset ride. And we just had that. We drove into the pink light on the sky over this amazing road, just straight into the sky. It felt so good. It was most likely, up until now, my favorite moment of the India trip. However, now we still have to get to Leh.
After riding for a few hours in the dark, which I want everyone who's seeing this video who wants to go to India to really avoid, we arrived in Leh. I really didn't know what to expect from the city of Leh, because the other cities that I saw in India until now were really big and really crowded really often, so I literally expected Leh to have like 500,000 residents or something similar to my hometown. However, I was then quite surprised when it was a small village. I also gotta be honest, when arriving in Leh, I was really destroyed. That's also why I looked like this, because the trip until now was pretty tough. It wasn't India per se, it was, we were getting going early in the morning, we were arriving late, saving data and getting going over and over again, because the time schedule for the trip was really ambitious, and that really took its toll. So I was very happy to take one day break and enjoy a cold beer in front of the fire. I'm usually not a beer type of person, but this place also had a really nice pasta funghi, which I'm going to be enjoying for the next few days.